terms of the press conference today, my limited understanding is that it involves an indictment of an individual who worked at Watts Bar who is alleged to have falsified some inspection records. And that was detected as a part of our process for follow-ups and inspections and verification. It was entered into our corrective action system as a problem. And then our process is that if we begin to look at and review one of these problem reports and decide that it is something that falls under the purview of the OIG at TVA, the Office of Inspector General, that we stop our investigation and turn it over to them. And that happened in this case, and it subsequently resulted apparently in an indictment. So we believe it's, from what I know about it, we believe it's a case where our system works and that something that was not done correctly was detected and then processed through the system. My understanding is it involved a person who was responsible for doing some inspections and taking some measurements or taking some data, and that the allegation is that the person falsified some of the measurements or the entries that were made on the data sheets, and that was later detected as a problem. Obviously, we don't tolerate errors of commission or things being done that people doing things they shouldn't do, or any of those kinds of situations. So if we detect those kinds of issues and we have, or during the review of a problem that's entered in our problem reporting system, if we come to a point where we think the facts may lead in that direction, then there are criteria for turning those things over to the Inspector General for their review and investigation. And that's part of the normal process. There are, to put it in perspective, when I say entering it in our problem reporting system, in a typical year, we may generate 50,000 problem reports, and they get processed through a system. They get investigated and evaluated on an individual basis. And as I say, if during that investigation, if it appears that there's a situation that says that you should involve the Inspector General with that particular issue, then we do that. And in this case, turned it over to them for their follow-up.